It's like I have to apologize in advance for the lag, but hey, like we said, this is technology. We're grateful to be able to be here. I think we are on. So blessings, everybody. It's like I have to apologize in advance for the lag. Okay, good. All right, blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings for those who are joining us live and for those who are watching this after the fact. Thank you for joining us today. And this is another House of OFC, our first non-denominational church of positive thinking. We're still trying to figure out a new term for church, but for now, we'll use it until we get blessed with another term, another way of representing or saying our collective here. So as you guys know, this is where we get together on a weekly basis just to have our spiritual conversations, just to be able to share on particular topics that are that we feel is a value to talk on, to reflect on. The topics that are blessings to us, those who are participating in this conversation, and a blessing to those who are watching. And so just we'll start with just again a regular quick little tool in the tab, who we are, what we do, and then we'll dive in. Today's topic is who we are, what we are, and why we're here. So I'm really excited to be able to deep dive into this. So I'm Pharaoh Hammond Freeman, the founder and the director of the One Full Circle OFC community, where we are here to serve as a bridge to unite individuals, businesses, and organizations within the community. I'm glad to be able to bring everybody together. Myself personally, I am a spiritual coach, and it's my pleasure to share a gift that I have. I am very conscious of my non-physical self. I'm very conscious of who I am, and I leverage my understanding of the big picture in order to help our brothers and sisters in the community. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be able to share my insight on various topics. That is me, Sister Magda. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yes, greetings everyone. I am Merinit. He called me Magda.
Have it. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
people.
Yes, Sister Marinette.
Yes, so yes, I'm Merinit, a student of life. I am always welcoming the good energies, the good knowledge from my ancestors, everything that has a link with nature and the way it is. And I am honored to share whatever knowledge that I receive from the master Neb Nabala Musa Moro Denebig, who I studied his the knowledge that he came to share, the Kemetic knowledge. So this is, you know, by that I'm sharing, I'm explaining everything, I'm living as well, and I'm welcoming everyone who wants to ask questions today, and we will answer the best that we can.
What's up? Thank you, Queen. Thank you for being here. Brother Ibrahim.
Yeah. Hi. First of all, I want to say season's greetings, happy Kwanzaa and all the best of the best that you wish for yourself and your family. And may the new year bring us more together and as a force for good and to impact our lives and impact our community and impact our country where we are both here and back home. My name is Abraham Idonije II, and they call me Connections because through my life journey, I've been able to connect with my inner self and my purpose here. What I do in my community here back home is to be part of the movement that redirects our younger ones back to themselves so they don't have to come into life and do it all over again. Basically, who we are, so that's it. Because it's a lot of work. They don't have to go through this. We have to lay the foundation for them to stand on, like our forefathers and ancestors did for us. And who we are affects the knowledge of what they've done is directly linked to who we are. So by understanding, we can know where we're standing and how to build. Yes.
Amen. Hotep to that. Hotep. Thank you guys. And thank you all for participating and agreeing to be here. So like we do at the top, I'm always just grateful to life, grateful to God, our creator, and our ancestors for being present here with us. And I just ask that the time that we spend today, let it be uplifting, let it be spiritually enlightening, let it be a blessing to each and every person who's participating. And I just ask that the Spirit just use us, let us be vessels to be able to be a blessing. And just let the words of my mouth be not of myself, but guided by my Spirit. Hotep, amen, and ashe. So we try to start it off with a little motivational clip. I found a little 5-minute excerpt from this clip from Abraham Hicks that I'm going to share. I have to apologize in advance. I'm kind of lagging, so I'm hoping that when I'm playing this, I'm not going to be lagging. All right, so I'm turning off my video, turning off my sound, and I will share screen. Give our credit to Abraham Hicks. Hold on, share screen, share sound, share YouTube. There we go. So we're listening to a clip from Abraham Hicks. You're not just human. And I'll play 5 minutes of this clip. I'll start it back a little bit from there. There we go.
We just want you to know that you can have your blending with that right here, right now, on the subjects, in the conversations, in the moments that are most important to you, right here, right now. That's what you really want. You said, I'll go forth into a physical environment, and I will explore it to my fullest capacity. That's what you said. We told you we would remind you. It's annoying now, we know. I will explore it to my fullest capacity, and in doing so, I will become aware of what could be better about that specific thing in this specific instance. And when that awareness of what I don't want is vivid within me, I know, you said, because you knew, that in knowing what I don't want, that a clear awareness of what is wanted would be born at the same time. And isn't that always the way that it is? Don't you always know more clearly what you do want when you're right smack dab in the middle of what you don't want? Isn't that when it becomes clear? Now you don't do, we love you very much. You know there's something coming after those words. We love you very much. You don't do a very good job of being a vibrational match to what you do want when you're just experiencing what you don't want, because what you don't want has your, in many cases, full attention. Your physical, human, undivided attention. And often, in speaking about what you want, even though you're using positive sounding words and maybe even smiling as you say them, as you're talking about what you want, often the reason that you want it is because you don't like not having it. And so your words, but more important, your vibration is all laced with the absence of what you want. And you just can't allow what you want into your experience when you are vividly active in the vibration of what you don't want. It just doesn't work that way. And you can't speak enough words or pull enough strings or influence enough people through your pulling of strings and offering of words to buck your own current. And it is your own current that we're talking about here. The current between you and you. The vibrational alignment or resistance between who you really are and who you're letting yourself be right here, right now, in this moment of the emotion. So, in wanting you to understand this, we began by saying, you know, you are more than you see, and many of you said, okay. And then we said, and you create your own reality. Seth coined those words, and many of you said, yes. And then you said, yes. We create our own reality? That seems like responsibility. And I'm certain that I wouldn't create this reality, this specific thing, because I don't want it. Why would I create something unwanted? And we say, we didn't say that you create it on purpose. We said you create it. You create it by your attention, by your focus, by your vibrational stance, by your point of attraction. Because whatever you're giving your attention to has a vibrational frequency. And as you focus upon it, you offer that frequency. You become that frequency. It becomes your point of attraction. And law of attraction answers your point of attraction with other things like it. So when you're knowing what you don't want, law of attraction is saying, well, you might not like this too, here. Oh, you might not like this either, here. How's it going? Want some more? How about this? How about this? Now, the wonderful thing about that is, in knowing what you don't want, you're launching these rockets of what you do want. But the question that we want to put to you is, how long will it be once you've launched that rocket of desire before you become aware that you're not lined up with it and you make some effort to become a vibrational match to it? And that really is what the art of allowing is all about. It's about you allowing yourself to be a vibrational match, not just to what you want, but that's a big thing, but to who you have become as a result of wanting it, who you really have become as a result of the contrast that has caused you to become it. So we've been saying to you, some of you liked the analogy, that all of this desire is gathered in what we've been calling a vortex of creation. It's the vibrational version that exists before it manifests into your experience. And we've been saying things to you like, when you're in the vortex, when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, when you're up to speed, when you're a vibrational match to this vortex, then you feel wonderful because there's no resistance within you that is complicating things, that is contradicting things, that is adding static to the equation. You're in the vortex. You feel wonderful. It was such a good analogy. We wrote some books about it. Get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. You finally sent out a collective cry. How? Where is it? I can't see it. It's an imaginary circle that you draw in the air. What is this vortex? And we say it's this conceptual but real, vibrational state of being. And today we're wanting to say to you that you've accumulated enough in this vortex to keep yourselves busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. Really, it's time to get in there and cash in your chips. And so now we're explaining to you, and it's sort of where we started many years ago, but with more vivid explanation, and you're getting it in a more powerful way. We want you today and forevermore, which is forever, your eternal beings, to focus upon your point of attraction. Your point of attraction, and by that we mean, let's clarify it, your point of manifestation. Now, your point of attraction has already occurred. You sifted and declared, you sifted the contrast and came to conclusions. You launched these rockets and they exist. You have created a vibrational reality. You have.
All right. Without going too deep down the rabbit hole, I'm sure some people are like, what do you mean we created our reality? But yes, we will deep dive. All right, so again, so that was a little clip from Abraham Hicks. Let me stop this share because I'm going to start another one. Just so if you guys do not know Abraham Hicks, I strongly recommend you check it out. Now, in same energy, I'm going to just play a quick little motivational music. And Brother Ibrahim, I'll ask you after to share the inspiration behind the music we're sharing today. All right, so go back. Let me share my screen.
chikela manake aritisi manake tusukoloti manake kodona angana sombe daula Afrika ba ule
Well, that was great for the soul.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. So Brother Ibrahim, so before actually I dive in, just to give the quick announcements, do you want to just share a little bit about the music that we took in today?
Of course. Fatuwara, she's from Mali in Africa. She's an activist. She's an actress. She's an instrumentalist, and she basically what she's saying in that song is, "Don't cry. There is no reason to cry. Enemies have said all sorts of lies about you. False brothers have said all sorts of lies about you. False friends have said all sorts of lies about you, but ignore them. Don't respond, and you will see." She goes on to say that grandmother, don't blame yourself. You mustn't blame yourself. Keep quiet. So that's what she's saying. She's calling this song goes too deep into people of a community, emphasizing identity, emphasizing family, and the strength of a community. So don't cry, keep quiet. So I added to that every seed that grows is first placed underneath the earth. So as a community, when we start to heal ourselves and when we start to work together, it's something that it's like a seed that is placed under the earth. So be quiet, be community strong, be empowered youths, and do these things in a quiet manner, not in an aggressive manner, but in a well calculated and structured manner. And over time, you will see. So yes.
Like I couldn't understand the lyrics audibly, but I felt them spiritually. So
yes, yes. Describing life, Mother Earth, Mother Spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Again, this is what we're here for, guys. We are here to share and thank you again, Brother Ibrahim, for introducing us and exposing us to that. So just very quick before we dive into the main topic that we're going to discuss today. In terms of updates and things to share with the community. I don't know if you guys have any on this side. It's just I want to remind you guys as business owners, if you have something that you want to promote for 2026, please reach out to the OFC. We have a hard deadline where I need to get your promotion audible or you could create record a little video, but I need to hear from you. I need to connect with you. I need to hear what you're promoting, get a little drop from you that we will play on our radio show this coming week on the 1st of January. So it's a huge opportunity for all OFC members. Get in contact with me. Technically, I need within the next 24 to 48 hours at the latest. We need to pool everything together by Tuesday night. So if you have anything you want to promote, that is what is going on. So please reach out. Hit us up. Call 514-651-4545 or send us an email at support@ofccommunity.com. All right, that's the only thing on this side. Sister Marinette, or Brother Ibrahim, do you guys have anything that you are you'd like to remind the people of?
Let sister go first.
I don't have any news for now.
Okay.
Just wishing everyone to, be safe on these days of celebration.
Yay, thank you. Blessings.
On my end, thank you, sister. On my end, it's we have most people don't understand the gift that our neurodiverse young adults, children bring into their lives. The neurodiverse, the autistic, the Down syndromes. Most people don't understand the spirit that this young adults or adults carry within. So they bring joy, they bring connectivity, they bring miracles. So that's what we work with these young adults every day. I've been working with these adults for 30 years now. And everything that has happened in my life has happened through them. I tried to escape it. Even talking to you, Pharaoh, happened through them because it was through the Montreal Autism Community Lions Club. We began to, I've known you a long time, but yeah, just fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be nice for our community to come out. We have, we're going to the Biodome on Friday, January 2nd. So we have, we're going to the Biodome. So we have about now 5-6 young neurodiverse children that we're taking there to experience. We'd also have staffing to go with us. So it'd be nice for any parent who wants to bring their child to the Biodome, driving, come spend time with us and engage, have fun, connect, and share ideas and have a grateful day. So January 2nd, if you would like to bring your children to come experience fun with us, please call me at 514-692-9923 or email de.united.explorers.
Did I freeze?
Sorry?
Okay,
Yes.
I just realized I was listening to you and I was making a note about the Biodome this week and I was like, wait a second. I was like, I'm not hearing anything anymore. I think I froze. All right, good.
Yeah, no problem. So you can reach me through Pharaoh. That's or you can reach me directly 514-692-9923 or de.united.explorers@gmail.com. It'd be nice. Just come in and have fun and talk and see the children. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Yes.
Give thanks, give thanks. All right. So we have now, and just a quick reminder, anybody, if you want to bless either one of our organizations, but for the OFC, if you are grateful for the time that we're able to spend, if you're grateful for the OFC community and you want to encourage us in our efforts, just always a reminder to make your membership contributions when they come due, or you could always just give a donation just to encourage. And just remember, the one thing with the OFC is just your participation is a sign of currency here. So just building as a community, coming together and building. So it's not only about your financial contribution, you just being present, you just engaging, you supporting what we're doing as a community is an offering. So we appreciate that as well. All right. So but again, if you do want to bless us, sorry, I just
I want to
give
tell you something. I would say, just to add to that, man.
Yes.
Wow. Did you guys see like the picture that you posted with the card, OFC membership card? Wow. That was sick. It was amazing. You look like some futuristic cop, like, with a card, like a patch. So I was like, wow. Ashley and myself were like, wow, it's really nice. It's some Marcus Garvey kind of shit.
Thank you. You see the vision. I'm telling you, the ancestors are doing the work, brother. Like we're gonna have a really fun year this year. I can tell you that much. It's gonna be really great. And so thank you. And just the email again to remind you guys, it's finance@ofccommunity.com for if you guys want to send a contribution. All right, so let's dive in. So we have a topic that we want to touch on today, and it is who we are, what we are, and why we're here. And And I like these kind of topics, and I love the fact that were able to get together and just dialogue. What I think about when when I'm putting together these type of things is the times that we're in, right? It's just being current, being present where we are right now. And we're in the holiday season, coming towards the tail end of the Christmas, quote unquote Christmas. We're in Kwanzaa season right now. And some people are going through the season, and they're going through, not everybody feels good during the holidays. Like, people are going through it. People go through different emotions during these holiday times. And I think it is timely that we're able to help people to ground during this time, during this season, in terms of just sharing from our perspectives of who we are and what we are and why we're here. So when I think about it, I think about it from that standpoint. And I'm also using it as a foundation for 2026 coming up. So, so if I just to kind of open the conversation, if I think about if we break it into, I guess, three parts, so just starting with the first part in terms of the who we are, um, when I think about who I am in relation to this life experience, um, I am a person that has a desire to just set an example. And um I don't necessarily set an example of perfection, so to speak. And I do that on purpose. I think as a human being, as a spiritual entity living in a human body, there's a value in understanding that we're not meant to be perfect, and that we are here to go through life challenges in order to grow and to evolve. And I think life becomes a lot easier. Like, life for myself became a lot easier when I accepted that I'm perfect in my imperfections. Like, that I don't necessarily have fit any particular mold to be able to live my best life, and to really fulfill my life experience. So for me, when I think about the first question in terms of who we are, um I don't necessarily look at it from, oh, I'm Pharaoh Hamid Freeman. I look at it a little bit deeper than that, in terms of, like, I am not Pharaoh Hamid Freeman in the literal sense. I am more of my spiritual entity. I am a non-physical entity. That's who and what I am. Um, but I'm conscious of the fact that I'm living in this Pharaoh Hamid Freeman body, and that this body is forever learning and forever here to explore and to try different things, and to like a child, basically. I'm here to explore and discover the world. So when I think about myself in terms of who I am, that's what comes to me. I'm more than just Farah Hamid Freeman. I'm a non-physical entity living this experience. So that's what comes to my mind. Sister Marionette, what comes to you?
Sorry, it froze. So I
Oh,
don't know who you're talking. If you are you talking to me?
yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
It
sorry, it's
froze.
positive. Okay. Yes, I had just asked, like, from your perspective. And sorry, I don't know how much is cutting out. Sorry, people who are participating.
Yes, I think you gave us a quick definition of who you are,
Yes.
and um
And now it's your
and
turn.
then, oh, now it's my okay. Okay, so who am I? Um I am someone who's here, but it was my I understand that I am a manifestation of something from the invisible
Mm.
before I came. So and I understand that because living through things, and the way I react, the way I live things, I go through challenges. It made me understand that, okay, I am not just me here. And like it was said, through education that we receive in school, like you just hear and just do what you have to do. But I come from something from the invisible, or organization, or vibration. That's what I thought, before I said, okay, maybe there's something before me being here. And looking for it, I found out that, yeah, it is true that there's a whole manifestation before we come here, before us being here on earth. So I am the manifestation of whatever was arranged, whatever a design, the whole design that put me here. And I have a purpose, and I have a goal. There's something that comes with me being here. That's what I
Nice.
understand.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Brother Ibrahim.
Yeah, thank you. For me, I keep things very simple. I am life force itself. So the only reason I got up this morning is because I have the force within, same as my brothers and my sisters. So I am the air that I breathe. I am the energy from the sun that I take in. I am the food that I eat. I am the earth that I walk on. I am the trees that provide for me oxygen. I am the ocean. I am the fish. I am the animals. I am all of this. I am life itself. I'm an open book, and consciousness is life. So basically, the whole journey of talking about who we are, what we are, and why we're here falls back to the knowledge. Life is those who are fortunate to remember who they are in this lifetime are truly highly gifted and selected, and that's what I wish for everybody. So I am life force. So how I use that energy is up to me based on my experience, how to direct my energy to go in and to bring a force for good, to uplift and to empower and to celebrate and to support those in our community. So yes, who am I? I am life force, and I'm grateful for having that life force. And it's an open book. I have the pen, so I write.
I love it. And while we're giving our perspectives, a question came to my mind. Just how did you guys come to your revelations, so to speak, in terms of yourself, in terms of your consciousness? Like, because we speak with a confidence that we know, and I'm curious to know from you guys, from your perspective, from your life journey, like what helped you to understand who you were and what you were. Like, was there, a time in your life where you're like, yeah, I like, like something opened, you had an experience, an epiphany, something that gave you that reassurance of who and what you were? Sister Marinette, we'll start with you, and then Brother
I
Ibrahim, if you want to go.
Yes,
Um,
for
okay,
me,
sister. Yeah.
yes, I can say that I've always known that, you know I had I had a special, like a special me, or a special quest. It's like coming through those knowledge made me look back at myself being an infant, uh, growing up, and losing that knowledge of who am I. And then after a while, I said, I have to go back to that, because when you're a child, you know what you are, who you are. But the conditioning, everything, they place things, and it blurs whatever truth that you have of yourself. And when I went through challenges, being a teenager, I understood that, okay, I have to go back to that little girl, and that knows, that is not scared, that is not afraid of nothing, that like knows what she's here for. She has a mission, she has something to do. you know, and we're fearless when we're, you know, we're 3 years old, we're jumping, we're going places, and we're not scared of anything. And so by that time, in that period, I said, okay, I'm gonna start looking for that self, you know, that self that knows who she is, what she has to do, where is she going. And then it it helped me, um, ça m'a aidé à mieux diriger mes questions, you know.
Mm. Mhm.
It has more sense because it was, you know, too blurry with the movies, the information or the misinformation that they give in school.
Mhm.
I have to say. And and even in the Bible, I was asking, like, where are we in that story? Where are, like, people looking like me, where are they?
Mm.
So the conditioning was too heavy for
Right.
me to say, okay, I know where I'm going, and that's my name. There's a period where I had to go with the flow and say, oh, okay, to Mona, aka,
Yeah.
and yeah, and it's a bunch of people like in the same situation. We're looking for ourselves.
Mm.
So tracing back, going to the stories, talking to my grandmothers, my grandfathers, yeah, from the whole family, especially them. I said they have the story of before I was coming into this dimension. They know they were there before, so I started spending more time. I was always close to older people.
Mhm.
They used to call me Tigramoon. Moon is like the one who's the child who always like listening and spending time with, you know, old people,
The right, our elders.
elders.
Mhm.
So I was like that already. So, and I was raised by my grandmother. So she had the time and the time to give me knowledge about me, the family, and before I was, this is how it used to be. And I know I'm coming from these like realities. So
Mm.
it
Thank
got
you.
me closer, it closer, to knowing who I am today.
Mm-hmm. Ah, that's a blessing. Thank you, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that insight about you and your background. Brother Ibrahim, can you share from your
Sure. Sure. I just want like I come from a polygamous family, big polygamous family. So with uncle have 8 wives, 5 wives, and all. We really big family. And I just want to let people understand, like, spirituality is very, very real. It's the only thing that is real in this life. So what's happened to for when I was coming up, it's just basically, and it still happened to lots of our communities today. We have so much energy, but we don't know how to nurture and direct energy. We have all the energy. Even it affects our lands where we are from. Other people come and harness our powers and use it for creativity and stuff. But we have energy. As a people, we are energetic people. What we don't have is the awareness and understanding of ourselves and how to manage this energy, both psychologically and resourcefully. So just because I walk into Maxi, the big store, Maxi, and you have varieties of food, you have chips, you have chocolates, you have all kind of stuff. I am not the chocolate. I am not the salt. I am not the pepper. I am consciousness that walked into Maxi. So in this today's reality where we live in, people think that they are Maxi or they are the item in the Maxi. So what am I trying to say? That we are consciousness and we are going through different experiences. The experience is the Maxi, the salt, the this, the that. Just because I ate salt does not make me salt. So I am consciousness that ate salt. So, or I'm consciousness that found salt. What do I use this salt for?
Mhm.
That's the brain behind the experience we have. I'm going through this experience. How do I use this experience to profit myself and my community and the country in which I live? So when I was young, I got these spiritual attacks. I was saying that way back before. It got to a point where nobody could answer my questions. From where I come from, being fortunate to see how children were brought into this world, the birth of a child, boy or girl, is like a storytelling in the villages, because the mother and the father and the grandfather, they knew their own personal journey, where they are coming from. And the mom knows his personal journey, her personal journey, and she knows her cycle. She knows the moon cycle. She knows the festive period that's going on. So when they have a child, they knew through their personal family experience what they saw and what they're going through that moment when this child came. So they named the child after the season that what they've seen in spirit, and bring that child into life. And that's kind of the navigator that guides this child. Even when they become doctors or lawyers, they know where they're coming from. And that's the foundation. That is really the gift that any parent can give to his or her child. Like, who we are and where we came from and how you were born and what it was on the day that you were born. What was mommy going through this day? How was she in the community? And that night you were born, and everybody celebrated because they said your name is going to be love, because when you came, everything changed. So this is what we've lost now. Coming into the Western world, the ability to not forget what we are and come into the Western world and learn what they have done adds to who we are and how they did it. So in my life, I chose, so I always say the farmer's creed. The farmer, so we are seeds. We are seeds. Even what we're doing right now is creating an ambience where we can get to remember who we are. It's an experience we're going through right now. And this experience points back to reminding us that we are the seed, and the seed is the tree, and the tree is in the seed. So we are what we are. What has happened is just that because we're cut off from this documentation and repetition of grand ancestors passing on this knowledge to each person, we are disconnected. We forgot that we are the seed and we are the tree. So now we are going crazy looking for ourselves outside of ourselves, not knowing that the answers that we seek is ourselves. So this is in my life, I chose the path to stay with the seed and to grow as the tree, and to go through all the hurt and all the pain of remembrance. And in my life, I got awakened fully. I was writing about it for 4 years, talking about it for 4 years. I sounded crazy until it happened to me in spirit, and I was taken and engulfed, and mentally, like, everything changed. That was 2004 in Africa, but nobody believed it, so sometimes, or all the time, when you believe in something and people don't understand what you believe in, the external pressure from our environment can really try to dent our hearts. So whatever you believe in yourself, as far as for positive and it's for good and it's part of the whole life, then yeah, go for it. So that's how it's an ongoing journey. I've seen many things in the spiritual realm, and I have seen how the manifestation, like what we listen to, how you can envision. It's called imagination. So I said I'm an open book and I have a pen. So imagination. When you break imagination in two parts, it's imagination. So what is the image? Thou shalt not serve any image in heaven or earth, but God. So there's imagination. It's free. I think thinking is still free as of now. Yeah. So it is open to any person to imagination, to imagine who they are, and build their own nation within. That's what's happened to me spiritually. I had spiritual attacks, and I had to find the answers for myself, and I did. So I did. So that's I am life. I am the food that I eat. I am the air that I breathe. The air that you breathe. How many people go outside and talk to the air and thank the air just within their spirit for being present today? How many people came out this morning and looked at the sun and said, "Wow, I didn't pay for you, but here you are again for me"? How many people go to the earth and put their hands on the sand and say, "Wow, you provide for me"? How many people go to the ocean? Nobody does that. Everybody's after what man has created, and they're looking for themselves. You can't find yourself in that. You can only find yourself in what you eat and your air that you breathe. So that's where I stay with my friends. My alone time is with the wind. My alone time is with the sun. My alone time is with the moon. My alone time giving thanks for the earth, This is how it is. And their answers. The wind carries all the history we talk about. If you are a person who is really spiritual and conscious, knows that you cannot force the wind. You can only dialogue in heart, in spirit with the wind. And your spirit talks back to you. The wind talks to you. The sun talks to you. The moon talks to you. The flowers talk to you. The bird chimes. They speak. Just because we don't hear them, that's how disconnected we are. So, but again, don't blame ourselves. The environment in which we find ourselves is very fast paced, and this is what we're trying to do. So give glory to that which makes today possible. The food that you're eating, the families that you have. Always give glory for the things that you don't pay for. The air, the water you drink. So that's it.
It's like, and I'm listening to you, and I feel that like there's other people that resonate with what we're actually all of us are saying. But you especially when you talk about connecting with nature. Because I find it funny, like when I go for walks with the children, like we talk to the trees and we talk to the birds, and and we give appreciation, and we let them know that we thank them for just for providing oxygen and different things like that. And so it's and I know we're not the only ones that do it, and it's really amazing. I remember even one time seeing a woman walking down. She's walking down the sidewalk, and not near my house, just somewhere I was out. And I seen her walking and rubbing her hands along the bush, and I could see her talking, and I'm like, and I'm like, I know what she's doing, like I know she's touching each leaf, and she's blessing them, and it is and it's those who have that calling, who are and it's like you might not even be fully conscious of what the calling is, but it's something inside you that draws you to nature. For myself, my journey was when I think I started really young. I think I was maybe about 6 or 7 years old, and I always kind of just had kind of like an understanding, like yeah, it's just like the vibration that I would have. Like generally I felt very confident, very comfortable. Oh, I think I'm lagging a little bit. I felt very confident, very comfortable in who I was and what I was doing, even as a child. But like similar experience is as I was going through it, it wasn't something that was nurtured. Like me having a spiritual understanding wasn't something encouraged or nurtured. So I basically, as I grew up, I started taking different routes in life, and I realized that I went through a lot of quote unquote negative experiences. Where let's say if I'm with a group of people and everybody does something bad, so to speak, I would be the one singled out. I would get in trouble. I would be and it's because deep down inside of me, I feel like I've always had an understanding of right or wrong, and an understanding of what I should be doing, but I was just kind of going with the flow, going with what with everybody, so to speak. Um, and I remember when I started to like when everything really kind of broke open for me was it was actually when I got married, and I think I had shared the experience like right prior to me being married. I was very much into the church, and my thing would be speaking to any and everybody out in the road and bringing them to my church. Like people would know me for doing that. I'd meet people on the bus, on the metro, walking, and I'd be bringing them into church. So I always had like this kind of calling and an ability to mobilize and to bring people to what I felt was a blessing and uplifting and spiritually, um, you know, enlightening or fulfilling for them. And then, so I did that for years. And then I had started getting to a point where the vibration of what I was doing started feeling weird. Like I would be reading the word, and it didn't, I wasn't getting the same vibration that I was seeking, so to speak. So then I started just directly asking God for clarity, and then I was introduced to The Secret and to Abraham Hicks, and it's like I feel like when I was given just a slight opening to like more world, because I know I'm not the only person that we grew up in a particular experience that is kind of boxed in, just based off of, our parents, what our parents believe and whatnot. That's kind of how they raise us. So I only knew as much as I, was taught, so to speak. But as soon as the spirit enabled me to get access to more information, more possibilities, more, like it just opened my understanding, and I felt like it was like a spark that just went off in my mind, and I was like, whoa, I was like, there's way more to this life experience. And then as I deep dove into that, just, as I would ask the questions, the spirit would reveal the answers, and I was able to grow, to be where we are right now, so I'm really grateful for my experiences, for the ups and downs. But for me, it was really, the catalyst, I feel, in my experience, was when I had gotten married and I got those gifts. That's what created that thing for me. But deep down, similar to what you guys are saying, deep down there's a part inside of me that was like, it was always conscious, always aware, not fully nurtured at the beginning, but I had to go through different life experiences. And I honestly believe that my experience is very similar to everybody else's experience, and even those who are watching or who might take it in after the fact, that we're all here going through our journey. Some people are awoken right now, and because they're awoken, they're conscious, but they're not. It's not something that the spirituality is not something that's nurtured or really promoted or mainstream, so to speak. It's still somewhat, when you speak spirituality versus religion, it still comes across a little bit kind of gray. But I know there's people who are waking up and seeking, the information, seeking other people who are also awoken. And I feel that that's why we're being led to do different things like this. It's just to create an outlet, just for them to know that, you're not alone. What the way you think is not weird. And, like we're all here to kind of support each other in this shift, in this evolution, in terms of where we're at. So all right, so that was it, and not to go too deep, down the rabbit hole. So now we could transition to the why we're on the planet. So if I ask you guys now, from your perspective, why are you here? Why are you on the planet? What comes to your mind? What comes to your spirit? And what would you like to share? So Sister Marinette, I could give you the floor again.
Yes, yes, I love this subject. Who we are, what we are, or why are we on the
Well,
planet?
because we kind of did the who and what, we kind of merged them together.
Mhm.
So I was going into the why you feel you're here, like why we are on the
Yes.
planet.
Uh, yes, this subject is really fundamental, something that brings you back to origin automatically. You cannot, you cannot, you know, go through that subject without touching the origin of where it begins. And the brother Ibohan, he was talking about the seed, you know, and we all have that. We all are coming from a mother, a father, and uh, they had mothers and fathers on both sides. So it's talking about a tree, right?
Mm,
So when I go back to the origin, I have to attend the subject the way that my ancestors attended, the subject, the way they did it. So that's why I had to go back to history and origin and, where it began. And it starts it last week I was talking about cosmogony. This is the first image that we can go back to, the very first image that we can have of a family. Which family am I coming from? I have to go back as far as possible, and that's what I did with the knowledge, going through the knowledge, the Kemetic knowledge. It pushes you to go back to the origin and to understand their perception, the way that they pursue the origin and the family and the, the coming of the beginning of the human race and everything, how it started. And and we can still, visit some villages and people that can go back, like, really as far as we like. It's unimaginable, but it's possible. They will say, like, I go back to ancient kingdom and everything, and they know, and they follow the trace until today.
So wait,
And
hold on,
then,
sister. So are you referring to like time travel? Like they're able to like
um
consciously, or it's like how when you say they go back, like what do you
they go
mean?
back, like, come knowing, like the brother was talking about the great grandfather, and
Mm.
he was going back, right?
So they trace
And
the ancestral tree almost like
yeah,
they got it. Okay, good.
for
Now, thank you,
thousands of
sister.
years.
Okay.
So that's what I would like to do. But
Hmm. Awesome.
I'm at the beginning,
Hmm.
I can say, but at least I know what lineage I'm coming from both sides. And
Mm.
I'm still tracing, you know, who I am through these lineage.
I
Because
love it.
it's not something that you choose just like that, being here in this dimension. This is what they teach us, right, in school. Like, you can be whatever you want to be, you choose, and you pick and choose, and that's it. And then when I went through these knowledge from the perspective of my ancestors, because they guide me through those knowledge, they guide me. I know it's from it's coming from a design for me to look into ancestral knowledge, chemetic knowledge, to find who I am and what I have to do. And this is what, I got. This is where I got, you know who I am. I come from a lineage of warriors, and guérisseurs, healers, people like that. And they do this, they have those taboo, they can do this, they have those qualities, and they have things that they have to stop themselves from doing, things like that. So that's why I'm always looking back for the origin, and then know which step can be done. And you know that's it.
Thank you, Queen. And it's funny when I think back of I like my own past lives, like it's not fully clear in terms of my previous life experiences, but certain things that kind of trigger me in this life, I feel is a part of my ancestry, so to speak. And I think back, and one of the things that impacts me the most, if I look back then and now, is I really don't like to see oppression. Like I do not like when other people take advantage of people. And I feel like, like so it does there's something inside me that where I always want to defend the underdog. I always want to, like I like to be on the side of those who need some support. And it's funny just listening to you say, like, as you're speaking, I'm thinking about, like the previous lifetimes and how awesome it would be to be able to, yes, trace our lineage in terms of our birth family and stuff like that. And like it would be really awesome to be able to tap into previous life experiences and stuff as well. I think that would be amazing. So
Yeah.
Brother Ibrahim, so if I ask you the question, why we're here, what comes to your spirit? What comes to your mind?
Okay. I encourage my brothers and my sisters to read a book called and of Water and Spirit. It's written by Patrice Malidoma. I'll send the link to you because it explains, and this is a man who was in somewhere in Africa and then traveled and was taken into the missionary and went through a lot of stuff and exposed and showed what is possible within the community back there, what happened. These things are not things that are seen today at all. In this book, you will see what our ancestors were able to do with energy in live format. And he traveled the world and taught a lot of students, blacks, whites, everybody, and all this stuff. So yeah. So for me, like when I mentioned the maxi, going into maxi, and you're not the salt and you're not the spice. So was society made for maxi, or was maxi made for the society? So yeah. So when you get out of maxi, what's in the head? When you get out, when you're able to get out of the maxi, what is in the head? That's where the image, nation, comes into play. Imagination. It is done unto you as you believe. So as a person with clarity of mind, you can, when you first, clarity of mind, you can impose, you can imprint your consciousness on the clarity of your mind, which vibrates through the body and creates a reality. Most people outside in the society, most people know the law of attraction, and they try it all the time, and it doesn't work because they're not coming from a place of clarity. They're coming from a place of inside the maxi and all the activities. So first of all, I tell my brothers and my sisters, you have to reclaim your mind. And by so doing, you automatically have reclaimed your physical land. Because every nation is built on solid minds. There's no community that is strong without individual people who come together to be strong. So who am I? Who am I? I'm love. I'm love. The whole thing, the whole journey of this life is to remember. To remember. That's why to remember. Je me souviens. I remember. Now I remember. So now that I remember, what am I doing with my remembrance? So I am love. I'm here to create. I'm here to empower and structure a foundation for our next generation. Because in my life, I thought, how can I be present and in the future at the same time? And the only place I found that seed to grow is in the heart of the children. So if you want, that seed is so difficult to plant in the mind of an adult. It's because the adult is already like, the land is already taken away by other things. So the children is where you plant such a beautiful seed and give them, like you were talking about, taking your children to the forest and talking and breathing and doing stuff. To you, it's great. To them, it's miraculous because what you are doing will guide them for eternity, and they'll pass it on to generations to come. So I'm love, and I'm here to nurture. I'm here to learn. I'm here to also teach. I'm here to build with my fellow brother like a car. In a car, you have the tires, you have the batteries, you have the steering wheel. So to know who I am and to play my part in the community. So just because I spoke about my ancestors having all this knowledge doesn't mean that they had it all figured out back then. No, they did not. So knowing who we are is one thing, and knowing what love is and bringing love into our community. Self-love, we talked about that last week. Self-love. How can you love what you cannot imagine? How can you love an image that's not in your head? Because the loving of self starts from imagery. And before you can actually look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm intelligent, I'm creative, I am strong, I am all these things. So for me, I'm here to basically manifest, and which I'm doing, that which God is. God created us in the image, in his likeness and his image. So what does the Father do? That's what I'm interested in. How does the Father walk? My Father. And when I talk about Father, I'm not talking about color, because there's no image, there's no color in imagination. You can paint it or a spectrum. You can design the color. So what would my Father do? How does my Father walk? Is my Father intelligent? My Father created all this. How am I supposed to behave? How am I supposed to talk to you? So this is what I'm here for, because I know at the end of it, I'm going back to my dad.
And when you say your father, you're talking about Father, your creator, or Father,
Yes.
literally? Okay.
Oh, no. It's beyond Father of the earth. This is Father the creator. No, this is Father the creator. And we have so much. When you're aligned with the Father the creator, like you were saying, Oh my God. You begin to see, like, we really have, they said, like, I've forgotten the book that said that we have about 240 or 250 points in our
Mm.
body. Is it a book that designed us? And each of these 240 points is connected to all the stars and galaxies outside. Have you read that book?
No, but I don't
Yes.
doubt it.
Yes. And so the whole universe we see outside is happening inside.
Mm.
As you
See?
see it out, it's happening inside. So it's like, but we are outside of the house looking for ourselves outside, projecting mentally, while somebody else has come to claim the seat of our houses.
Mm. Nice.
That's
So,
programming. So
from I thank you for brother Ibrahim
thank
for
you.
sharing. So from I'll share my perspective in terms of why I feel like I'm here, but then also I have another question that just came to my spirit again, just very random, that I want to put out, and it's based off of something you just said, brother Ibrahim. So first, on my point, in terms of why I'm here, even before I dive in, as we're giving references, I want to encourage everybody to check out this thing on Gaia. Gaia is a platform like a YouTube, and it's called Initiation. And Initiation is this guy, I cannot remember his name right now, but he is sharing his life experiences from the as early as he could remember, going through different galaxies, different planets. He remembers all his previous life experiences, and there's like a 20-part series where he brings us through all his life experiences from different galaxies, different planets, different amazing, amazing, amazing. So that in case for people who are looking to deep dive and you want to get a different perspective, hands down, Initiation is going to bring you there. All right, so that's one. Two, in terms of why I'm here, I am blessed to have a very clear understanding of why I'm here because I've had a channeling session with some non-physical entities that clearly told me why I was here. So I'm able to share from that perspective where it's not gray for me in terms of why I'm on the planet. So my non-physical self, I come from, I'm Syrian. So I come from a galactic star family that's up in Sirius B. And there's other spiritual entities who are on this planet, or galactic energies or entities who are on this planet. So myself, I'm Syrian. There's Palladians on the planet. There's Arcturians on the planet. There's Fae, which are like fairies on this planet as well. And it's an interesting concept to understand that. So it's as if we're really living like these avatar experiences, the movie just came out, but it is kind of like that where in my galactic form, so as a Syrian, first of all, I'm like, 18 feet tall, and it's like that the entire Syrian race, so to speak. I don't know if you call it race, but anyways, galactic family, that what they do, they're builders. They're here, they create structure, they create frameworks, galactic frameworks, because there's actually an entire galactic federation. So as we have an entire structure on this planet Earth, there's actually a galactic federation as well that oversees things galactically. And Syrians are a part of that, and Syrians are part of our planners and structurers. So not to go too deep with you guys because it could get very, very wild, but just to say, on parenthèse, little brackets, if anybody is interested in finding out your star family, reach out to the OFC. I could introduce you. We have a sister within the community that channels and helps us to connect with our star families. So just to say, so basically, as a Syrian, my nature is to structure and is to build and is to create frameworks. So I came on the planet into this physical experience in order to help to raise the frequency and in order to help the structure of the next phase, because the next phase is happening and there's no avoiding it, and there's other beings like myself who are on the planet just to help to raise the vibration, just to help to bring love onto the planet, just to help to set an example. And there's, if you look throughout history, there's always entities that come to the planet and engage with humanity and help humans to evolve evolve and to go on to the next phase. And it's just that now we're a lot more vocal. There's a lot of beings like myself on this planet who are very vocal, who are here to set an example. I'm pretty sure both you guys are part of different star families if you're not already aware of it, but you could tell by the type of things that that certain beings, certain entities on this planet will talk about, and what interests you are different, and it's because you have a deeper understanding of the bigger picture. So so for myself, like, I'm fully aware of why I'm on the planet. I'm glad to be able to be here, to be this example. It was really funny, and one day I'll share my testimony in terms of my story in coming to even to connect and understand my star family. But it's great because I realized the similarities, because when I came to understand I'm Syrian, I kind of deep dove to understand what Syrians are and how they function. And it's very parallel to how I am in human form, so to speak, because I am a structurer, I am a builder. I do have a certain way of operating that is somewhat rigid and structured in a way that I create things. But again, it's because that's who and what I am. So on that side, so that's one part of me, is that Syrian part. And then on the flip side, I'm still a human being. Why I'm here is to set that example of being able to be a human on the planet, being able to make mistakes, being able to have experiences that contribute to the whole. And I feel that sometimes we miss that opportunity to just almost be childlike. I think Sister Megan, you had mentioned something about being childlike, or going back to that. Like, I feel like there's a part of us that we should never grow up, in the sense that where we should never forget our joy. We should never forget that lightness of that wonder that we have as children. Like, as children, I don't know if you guys remember, but for me, when I think back of being a child, I think back of wanting to explore and feeling like I had no limits, and feeling like I can just be, and nobody's telling me I can't, and whether it be riding my bike and taking a jump that I'm not sure how I'm going to land it, or jumping off the swings high up in the air because I just feel like, I can do whatever I want. I feel like when we get older, we become we limit our ability to dream and to see, and we kind of forget that we're here to just explore and to just live and to have a good time with life. So I think it's so part of my journey, and why I'm here, is also to just is to have those experiences, to be that example of fun, of joy, and to be an example of what love can be like in human form. And it's not perfect, it's not ideal all the time. There's different ups and downs to it, but it's to really to love life and to be love, and to to have these experiences. So that's me. I'm Black. So
Yeah. I
am
like
I
to add
why?
to that. I like to add to that quickly on, like, a child and like being childlike.
Yeah.
When I was younger, like, back home, we were young. My younger brother, he was then about 2 or 3 years old, to the point that we began to take note. My mother started to take note, because he would just wake up one morning and just get up and say, "That my dad was working like somewhere in Toronto, 5 hours away, and he didn't tell anybody that he's coming." But all of a sudden, this guy would just wake up and say, "Daddy's coming." And my mom, the first time, told him, like, "No, Daddy said Daddy didn't call that he's coming. He's not coming this week. He said Daddy's coming. That's all." Under 3 hours, 2 hours, Daddy will just arrive. So it happens so often that they now say, "Oh, you can see what's going to happen before it happens." So this is what happens. The children, we have a beautiful mind. Like, you were speaking about knowing, like, star family, like, on a spiritual level, I call my spiritual family. So I am of the descendant of Christ, like, pure. That's what I am, here to create, to love, and to do miracles, and do everything. So yes, the children, be childlike. The children are the future, the gate to the future. They can see. So, like you rightfully said, after they put them through the experience and knock them off like this, they dance the energy down to a point where the norm becomes the abnormal, and the abnormal becomes the norm. Insanity becomes sanity, and sanity becomes insanity. So that's what's happened. So yes, I really believe in that, and that's the future lies in that. So thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. And okay, so and this is going to be like my I guess our last question as we're going to be wrapping up, but it is, and I guess it's just to hear you guys' perspective, and it's just for us to have a conversation about it. Because when we refer to God the Creator, some of us refer to God the Creator as a feminine energy, and Brother Ibrahim, before you mentioned as God the Creator as a father, right? And that's why I had asked the question. I'm like, are you referring to your actual biological father, or the Creator? And then you clarified it. We are talking about the Creator. Do you guys feel, does it matter how we
No,
see the
it doesn't matter from my perspective.
yeah,
No,
that's
no,
it.
no,
That's
no,
why
no, no, no.
I want to ask
No.
the question. Like one, like does it matter if we see a male and female, and why do we refer to it as a male or female? Right?
Okay.
I would love for us to dialogue on that.
I want to say something if I may.
Yes.
And this is very important in relationship. It is very important in marriages because a marriage that stands the test of time understands spirits. So I am with my wife and I know the spirit that's within her. And I know the spirit that's within myself. And it is one and the same. But the spirit within her goes through her cycle, goes through her climate, and goes through stuff. Like you say, we experience all this, and me too, I go through mine. So why do we refer to the father? Um, that part, like, when I say father, like when I think about father or mother, energy for me is basically unisex. Like energy is you cannot separate energy. Energy is both masculine and feminine come together to be one. That's what energy is. So when I speak about the father, or I can say the mother, father and mother union as one within my spirit. The father and the mother within my spirit become one. So yes, I'll correct myself and I upgrade more. It's not father or it's not mother. It is beyond that terminology. So it's pure energy creation, pure masculine, feminine, everything in it. Yes.
I love it.
Just to
Good, thank
clarify
you.
that.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing that perspective, Sister Maggie Knit. What's your thought on the topic?
Yes. Yeah, for me, it does have an importance. And I know now why it's coming like that. Why we have this way of just saying, "Oh, my Father in heaven," like we hear in different religions. It doesn't exclude the feminine energy. Au contraire, it comes with everything. But it all started from the cosmogony. I was talking about Osar, Osiris. They call it Osiris, and I call it wizard from the Kemetic perception. So he is the reason why the cycle began. The way the decision he made of living life and going through death and coming back through life. So it begins with him, his decision. And then, the whole story came with his wife, Aishat, who's Isis. And then they had Eru, that we call Horus in the Greek society. Okay. So he is the one who said, no, there's a value, there's something that we can do with the human race. We can, there's a whole story that comes with the humans and how the divine world were the perception of the humans from the gods. And he was the one who said, "No, I'm gonna take je vais prendre leur défense, je vais, je vais
I'm gonna defend them. Like I'm going to.
gonna defend them. I want to bring, that point of the human being able to be good. There's all the big story of that. That yeah, I can share that another time.
Yes.
But this is where it starts, and he's considered a father to humanity. Mais
Okay.
pas tous. Some people will serve Set as well. They
Right.
will say, "Oh no, je veux vivre selon les principes de Set."
Right.
So it's a choice to be made. So that's why I'm always going back to that, because every systems that we see around us, even spirituality, comes from that story.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I like it. For me, I always saw it as like Brother Ibrahim had referenced, almost like they're two in the same, because when I think God the creator, I have a hard time seeing God the creator as a male or female, just because I feel the human body itself has particular limitations that I feel, just referring to God as a particular gender, I always felt was kind of limiting for what God is in terms of entity. But then and then not necessarily on the flip side, I guess I say, in addition to, I also think, when I think anything that has to do with creation, I just think female energy. So that's why, like, for me, just when I think, if I had to give God a gender, it would be a woman. That's just how if that's,
We have to be careful though,
right.
because we're talking about the creation, but here I'm talking about the human race. Like specifically, there's a whole divine, like, story, like, that we have to go through. But I'm talking about Wazar, Eru, and Aisha specifically. The
I, I,
cette trinité qui a amené la vie humaine,
you
not
know,
not the
yeah,
existence au
yeah.
complet là.
It's deep.
I want to add something quickly. You see, the whole, one of the major focus in life is to connect. Even as a community, is to connect.
Yes.
As a family, is to connect. This is one of the point. Everybody wants to connect, and people who don't even know they want to connect, they do things, but deep down is connection. So there's a book called I think it's Egyptian Kebru Nagas. I think this book, and way back it talks about that. Way back, we were whole, masculine and feminine lived in one entity. So me, I was masculine and I was feminine as a person. And if you look at our society, everything is compartmentalized. Everything is being broken. Everything is being separated from each other.
Yeah.
So I believe that the feminine energy, which is within a woman, is the Mother Earth, so to say. And I believe that man is the seed consciousness and the mother is the nurturer. The mother by herself is the mother. If you look at Mother Earth today, the consciousness that dresses Mother Earth is very harsh. It's destroying Mother Earth, and there's been separation. So when I look at my wife and myself, no true connections can take place until she rises to heaven. So to say, for the sister, heaven is within. So for us to truly connect, she must rise to her heaven in her ways, and I must rise to my heaven. And if she rises to her heaven, which is the creator and stuff, and I rise to my heaven, out there we become one in union. So we are bringing back that which was in the beginning, union, but it's not physical kind of union. That's people try to connect physically. It doesn't work. So to be able to connect, it's like having a Wi-Fi. You have to install your Wi-Fi and connect your phone to the Wi-Fi network so she can connect her phone to the Wi-Fi network and you can be on the same network. Right. So you become one on the network. So we are one, masculine, feminine. So ideas bounce off each other. It's the one and the same when we are reason. So if we are dense down, we are separated, and even battle of the sexes, all this nonsense that go on today is all dense down. So we have to rise back, feminine, masculine. Come, you plant the seed on the earth absorbs this into the body and nurtures it and manifests 1,000-fold for you. So a home that is balanced, a wife and a husband, she nurtures and the husband comes and she takes, and what the husband gives the wife brings 1,000-fold, and what the wife gives the husband puts perspective. So it's really one and the same for me. Like yeah.
And thank you for sharing that. I agree with that, and I'm a strong believer that we're also two in one at the same time. Like every male has the same like feminine energy inside,
It's,
feminine
it's
females
common
also have
sense.
a male energy. So we do have, the balance. Like, now that I've cut my hair, you can't really see it as
Yeah,
much, but
you
I'm,
have a mom.
in terms of our duality, in terms of having being two in one, it's very prevalent.
You have a mom and you have a dad.
Exactly.
They came together,
Inside.
and that's you.
Yeah. Amen to
Yes.
that. So, guys, this is, we have 4 minutes as we're closing, and sorry to drop a hot topic, right?
Yeah.
As we're closing out. So I want to just do a quick little tool in the tab as we're closing out. So, Sister Marinette, if you want to just bless us with any final words that you might have, and then just remind people how we could get in contact with you. Anybody who wants to have a session with you one-on-one, whether it be just for their hair or to have to connect with you more on a spiritual level, please share, and you can give your final words as well.
Yes. So, yes, it was a lovely topic. And if anyone wants to understand the intelligence that was activated so that he can be here and what purpose he has, anything from the invisible to the visible, you can, reach out, talk to me. I give coach consultation, follow-ups, beauty services from hair to health. And I can even link you guys to spiritual services directly to the priest from West Africa. If anyone wants to know about who they are, or even further health consultation, or they want to know about something, things happening in their family, they go to MTAM, meaning tapping the earth, asking the earth what it's all about, how to go, where to go from here, whatever, what needs to be done, and that's it. They will talk to you and give you whatever you need to know. So
Yes.
yeah, you can contact me to neferandwellness9@gmail.com or coiffuremagichahands@gmail.com.
Perfect. And I'll make sure I got to put it in the description too. I got to remember to update the description with the contact information. So thank
Okay.
you, sister. Thank you for participating. Brother Ibrahim, same for you. Any
Yeah.
final words
Yeah.
and then just how people could connect with you?
Thank you. What I want to add my words, like just to let people understand that absolute belief, absolute, like nobody doubts the sun's going to rise tomorrow. People have already prepared their day they prepared their shoes for tomorrow. That's absolute belief. You've prepared, like what you want to do tomorrow is ready, no doubt. So absolute belief in oneself moves mountains. It's absolute belief that you're planning even before you've seen it, you are believing it. Absolute. We do it every day, but on a minuscule, fragment. So absolute belief moves mountains, and attention is the currency. Attention is the currency. So where you pay it to, that's why it's called pay attention. Where you pay that attention, the way you pay your currency, your attention is of vital importance. So I hope and I pray that your attention is paid towards something that brings you back to yourself as a human being, as a community. And if you intend to reach me on this part of inspiration, motivation, and connectivity back to oneself, you can write out to OFC, the House of OFC directly to ask for me, or you can write an email to connections.gate@gmail.com. It's a journey, not a destination. God bless and happy Kwanzaa.
Hey, thank you guys. On this side again, I'm always grateful for the opportunities to be able to get together and to share. I'm looking forward to just continuing to deep dive with those who are participating. For anybody who is watching, you guys would like to join us in the conversation, don't hesitate to reach out, send us a DM, a message, comment on the video. We'll make it a point to add you. We're on every Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Just here to share, just here to have conversation and dialogue. So you guys are welcome. And again, and happy Kwanzaa. Today is the third day of Kwanzaa. if I'm not mistaken. So today is Ujima, so it's collective work and responsibility. So you guys just remember, just just continue to come together and to build. And for all entrepreneurs out there who are looking to build, just know that the plan for 2026 is all about Ujima. It's all about coming together and working as a team, 250 businesses pooling our strengths together in order to empower each other and in order to build a solid economic foundation for our community. So always just remember to reach out to the OFC. That's support@ofccommunity.com, or check out ofccommunity.com online, or call or message us 514-651-4545. And with that, guys, it's been another amazing House of OFC session. This is our first non-denominational church of positive thinking. Thank you, Sister Megan, and thank you, Brother Abraham. I appreciate you guys, and thank you to all the people who participate now or after. And again, always grateful to the ancestors for creating these opportunities for us to be able to continue to build and continue to share that word. Hotep, amen, and ashe. Thank you, guys.